Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Books of the Month. I am your host, Dr. O.C. Pringle, and I'm so excited to have with us a very special guest on this segment, and that is the Reverend Dr. Philip Rahming, and he's joining us by way of video all the way from Nassau, Bahamas. Hello, Dr. Rahming. How are you today, sir?
I'm well, thank you.
Fantastic. Good to have you. Listen, Dr. Rahming is the author of a book entitled Martin Luther King Jr., His Religion, His Philosophy. I'm loving the title from the onset. But before we begin to talk about the book, Dr. Rahming, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am from Fox Hill, like Jesus came from Nazareth. Can any good thing come from Nazareth? Can any good thing come from Fox Hill? And I struggled and got to the front by coming through the back door. And God has enabled me to be where I am today.
Beautiful. And how old are you, sir?
87, less than 3 more years to be 90.
Oh, man, you look wonderful at 87. I pray that I look as good as you at age 87.
Yeah.
I still have a long way to go.
Pray to live.
Exactly. Well, what was your inspiration for writing such a phenomenal book? Martin Luther King Jr., His Religion, His Philosophy. What was your inspiration? Was it Martin Luther King himself, or was there some type of interaction? What was your inspiration?
Here it goes. In 1970, I matriculated to do my postgraduate work at Southern Baptist Theological Seminary. And my tutor, Dr. Henry Barnett, he was to take me over. And I didn't know what title to choose for my thesis. So he said to me, why don't you do something about King? Now, from the Bahamas, I didn't know much about King. And he said, do something about King, his religion, his philosophy, because he did well in the struggle for freedom in America, but we don't know what he thought about the church. And so therefore, we looked at King's thought about the church, what he thought about the church, and how he used the church to help him bring civil rights in America.
Awesome. Well, it started with a thesis, and now you have a book. Let's share some of the content of the book. Let's share some concerning his religion and his philosophy.
As a young boy, he was born in 1929. Mm-hmm. He grew up nearly close to the east side, rather than the west side in America. So he didn't have it that hard, because his father was a Baptist preacher, and his grandfather on his mother's side was a Baptist preacher also. So he came in the big shot area, the black area, and he liked his father's preaching, using big words on Sunday mornings, and ladies would shout, and he told his mother that when he gets a man, he's going to cause women to shout to in church, and he liked it. But as he grew older, he found that didn't get the Negroes far. On one occasion, his father, Martin Luther King, his father, he went out and the police stopped him, and the police called his father boy, and his father said, I'm a man. See, that's a boy there. Boy, tell the officer your name. And another point again, he had an occasion where a white woman told his 2 sons they're too old to play with niggers. And so he lost that friend. And he began to hate white people. But when he went to school, he found that all white people were not hateful. Some were loving and some were kind. And he began to like them. And he wanted to be a medical doctor rather than a Baptist preacher, to get up to move on the east side where the Echelons lived. But King wanted a change, and he went from school to school, and he's an excellent student, and he was the man of the year, a young man, and he also caused me to forget. He also loved what he saw, and he wanted the church to help the Negroes move up.
He wanted to use the church to assist the Negro community in having a better life and moving up.
Yes. And when he met Professor Russell Bush said in his thesis, he said that an evil law no one should keep. It's best for a good man to be in jail rather to keep an evil law. And that excited him. And Russell Bush said that the gospel really is for the whole man, not only to get him into heaven, but to get him through life on earth. And he loved that. And he wanted to find out how he could cause a change without any bloodshed. And he searched for a meaning. He looked at the renowned neighbor and those, and they were concerned about Negroes and sinfulness, and they didn't see the grace of God. And he looked at the church. The church was the people of God, the temple of God, and the body of Christ. And he opted for the body of Christ because Christ in his body, he healed the sick, he raised the dead, he turned water into wine, everything. And he thought the church should move in this manner in society to change things. And he wanted things changed without a blow, without a fight, without a struggle. And he couldn't find a way out until one Sunday morning he went to a church in Washington where Professor Mordecai Johnson, he preached a sermon on this man, Mahatma Gandhi, who got the British to leave the Indians alone. And Mahatma Gandhi took over. And King read a lot of stuff about Mahatma Gandhi, and he used his theory, his facts, in order to go and move to change things. And I admired him for that because he said that he would like to see the Negroes win, not by brutalizing people, but by taking the blows. He said, we will let you beat us down in blood into nothing, and through the way you treat us, we would win. And that's what happened eventually. And finally, by 1968, he was shot to death. He was assassinated. And through that, he became known forever. And as you know, his birthday is celebrated in America. One other person's birthday is George Washington. King in Washington is celebrated in America. And King loved American people, and he wanted American people to look up and to do well. And I believe now that we have this virus on, we need a new look for something else. And we read the book and see what he did, find something new for our young people to lift us in different directions. But there must be some new teaching, some new direction, some new inspiration to carry us forward.
Well, there are a lot of interesting facts concerning Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in your book. It just so happened that I am familiar with some interesting facts, such as his birth date, January the 15th, 1929, which is the exact same birthday of one of my former bishops. While Dr. Martin Luther King was being born in Atlanta, one of my former bishops, he was being born in Alabama at the exact same time. And that was very exciting for me. But also at his birth, initially, he was to be named Michael. He was to be named Michael. But later his name was chosen as Martin Luther. And a lot of that had to do with the philosophies of Martin Luther. And there are a lot of interesting facts about the entire life of Dr. Martin Luther King that a lot of people are not familiar with. And you just shared some, what inspired him to be a preacher, his first encounter with racism. And of course, living here in Atlanta, Georgia, I've had multiple opportunities to visit his birth home, his burial site, and the list continues. What else is listed in your book concerning either his religion or his philosophy that the average person may not be familiar with?
I believe we don't recognize that he was concerned. He was concerned. Mm-hmm. And he told his mother when he was a boy, he didn't like what happened. And as he grew older, he would do something to change the world. Mm-hmm. But when he went to school, he said that he would give his life to change the world, and it happened. Only when after he died, the change came, and he lived consistently in this order, and he would cause us all to not to give in or to give up, but to stay around and keep trusting God, the God of Abraham and Isaac, who gave us an opportunity to be here, to do something. He believed from birth that he came in the world to do something, and he did it. Mm-hmm. And when it was finished, he died, and now we get the benefit. It reminds me of another young fellow I remember. He was 14, and he was stricken with typhoid fever. And the doctor, on the second visit to his parents, told his parents that he couldn't live. Give up on him, let him die, because if he lived, he'd be no good to himself and nobody else. Mm-hmm. But I can say now, speaking with you, the doctor is dead, but I'm alive. Mm. I'm that boy. And the Lord has raised me up, not only to write the national pledge of the Bahamas, and pledge my allegiance to the flag in the Bahamas, but also to write the national song for our country. And King inspired me in his book. He said, we should not be the tail light, we should be the headlight. And that is when it went to me, and I want to be the headlight, whatever I do until I die. I came here to do something for God and for the people, and as King taught himself.
So you wrote the national song you just stated?
The national song for the country.
Wow, that is amazing. That's something I didn't know about you. Prior to having this interview, I wasn't aware of that. That's amazing. It's definitely an honor to meet you.
Let me clear it up. Not the national anthem. I sent in the song for national anthem. It came second, and they made it a national song. God bless our sunny clime. Spur us to heights sublime to keep men free. Let brothers, sisters stand firm, trusting, hand in hand, throughout Bahama land, one brotherhood.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. So you're a musician and a composer?
Well, I play. I still play.
Okay. Awesome. Well, your book, what has been the response that you've been getting? Some of the reviews that you're familiar with?
What has happened? This is my second publication of the book. When I did it the first time, someone took it over and went wild with it. It sales and stuff. I'm trying now to redeem, if I could, what happened in the past.
I see. And how much is it?
It's about $9.
About $9. Yeah. And your book can be found where?
Westwood Books. Westwood
okay.
Books, yes.
Is it on Amazon as of yet?
I think it should be there shortly.
Okay, awesome. And so is there a website for you, Dr. Rahming?
That is being created, but not finalized.
Okay, what are your future literary plans? I have a feeling there's some more in you to get out. There's still some more to come. I just have that feeling.
I am a student of history, and I'm ready to help those who would come and ask.
You're ready to help?
Yes.
You're ready to help. So your origin is actually the Bahamas?
Yes, Bahamas. Nassau, Bahamas.
Okay, Nassau, Bahamas. Yes. Okay, well, I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, and of course, we're not in the studio because of what's going on with the pandemic and all that. So I'm coming to you from my home, but it's raining here in Atlanta. How's the weather there in the Bahamas today?
It rained yesterday, not now. The sun is up.
Oh, beautiful. Bahamas, one of my favorite places. Now, is this your only book? Did I hear that?
No, I have another one on the unsigned, undelivered letter. That's current too, the unsigned, undelivered letter. what happened is, how to put this, it has to do with how to put this.
Did you state the unsigned and undelivered letter?
Yes.
That is a very interesting topic.
Yes, because
you are a deep man. You're just deep and extremely knowledgeable about not only Martin Luther King but You're just a well-rounded individual, and I can honestly say that you have definitely contributed to all humanity. Everything from your preaching to your writing to your teaching to music. You are a gem. You are a gem. But there's still some more to get out of you.
I feel so. I'm going to live until I die, and I believe there's power in the presence. Mm-hmm. Whenever you appear at any time, there's power in that presence to say something, to do something, to start something good.
That's good. That's good. There's power in your presence. Show up, do something, say something.
Yes.
To let it be known that you were there. That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff. Well, I wish you all the best with your future endeavors, your future writings, and also the literary works that you have already created, and possibly in the near future, who knows? We would love to have you back for another interview on Books of the Month here at Preach the Word Network. And because, again, you're extremely interesting and extremely knowledgeable. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you for your kindness.
Thank you. You're quite welcome. Well, to all of you, our viewing audience out there, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Books of the Month. I'm your host, Dr. O.C. Pringle. See you next week, same time, same place. God bless you.